Those COVID numbers tick up. Certainly, we've been dealing with the pandemic for months now, but COVID-19 certainly affecting the way we vote and our election process. We have our analysts here, Dr. Silas Lee and Dr. Ed Chervenak. Thanks, guys, for being here on this election day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So let's just get right into it. How has the COVID pandemic affected politics and campaigning, particularly in this election cycle?
Well, it's definitely impacted retail politics. The inability of candidates to get out and greet voters, to shake hands, and to hold activities such as fundraising. So basically, we had a virtual campaign, and it did limit the ability of candidates to fundraise and to connect with voters in various neighborhoods and have various activities that they have traditionally had. However, let's be real, COVID has impacted every institution in society. How we work, how we live, how we communicate. So for the next year or two, we will continue to live under the ghost of COVID.
Yeah, we saw President Trump with his mask on today, just kind of a sign of the times, if you will.
So, and Ed, tell us your thoughts on this as well. You were also talking about how this will shape and, change the future and the culture of campaigning from here on out.
Not just campaigning, because as Silas pointed out, that, campaigns here are social events where candidates travel to various forums. They talk to these endorsing groups. They meet and greet. It allows voters to size them up. But in addition, it affects how elections are being administered. When I went to the polls today, you can see it was a very careful, very deliberate process. The poll workers were in gowns. They were very careful to wipe the screens. And so it kind of slowed the process down. And so it was a good trial run for what's going to come in November when you have a much larger number of voters showing up at the polls.
All right, Silas, Ed, we will check in with you in just a bit. We got other races to get to on the North Shore. Folks in Mandeville deciding on a mayor tonight.
That's right. Heath Allen is live there with the latest results there. Heath?
Good evening. It's been 10 years, really, since there was a new mayor here in the city of Mandeville, but there will be a new face at City Hall when this election is finally over. This is legitimately a three-person race at this point. Go ahead and go to the board and take a look right now. You have Larae Sika running right now with 35% of the vote. Michael Blosch, 30%. Clay Madden has 27%. This is with 10 of 20 precincts reporting, plus having 100% of the absentee vote in. We're told Brian Henley has already gone ahead and dropped out of the race. He was running with 5%, Chad Bordelon with 4%. But again, you have three people with a legitimate shot basically halfway through the numbers to go ahead and more than likely, almost certainly make a runoff for the seat of mayor here in the city of Mandeville. And certainly we're going to be keeping a close eye. And just, you were talking about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on this. Nobody's having parties tonight. Basically, everybody's at home with everyone else, watching the numbers come in. And of course, there's got the same bated breath we do. See who winds up on top. Guys, back to you.
All right, Heath Allen, thank you so much. And on the coast, we are following multiple races in Grand Isle and also a state representative seat that covers Grand Isle and Lafourche.
That's right, and the results are in for all of the Grand Isle races. WDSU's Jennifer Crockett is live with who has won and who's headed to a runoff. Jennifer.
Yeah, well, we're going to start with actually that legislative seat. District 54 here in Grand Isle, also in Lafourche Parish, has now been decided with an outright win. Joe Orgeron, a Republican, will now take over the seat that was vacated this April when Representative Reggie Bagala died of coronavirus. Orgeron told me that he was good friends with Bagala and he wants to continue the conservative momentum that Bagala had built. Fun fact, he also told me that he is LSU's Coach O's fourth cousin. Now to Grand Isle and the results for the town council. Seat A is decided. Democrat Melissa Pisani wins outright with 65% of the vote. Seat B also decided with 57% of the votes cast for Republican Kelly Pete Besson Jr. Seat C will go to a runoff between Democrat Joel Bradbury and no party candidate Lynn Tivitt. Seat E also heading to a runoff between Democrat Leota Bladsacker and Republican Elgene Gary. Now to Grand Isle's chief of police. Out of a field of 5 candidates, incumbent and Republican Lane Landry Sr. is now in a runoff with Democrat Scooter Resweber. These are races that have been postponed since April because of coronavirus. Both police chief candidates said it's going to be tough making these next 5 weeks of campaigning during the pandemic.
Trying to work the summer 7 days a week, trying to really get out there and do your job, and trying to campaign during a pandemic is difficult.
Yeah, we can't go to people's houses. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put them under that stress, and it's not safe.
The runoff election will be held August 15th. Also here in Grand Isle, Mayor David Carmidale and Grand Isle Councilmember Brian Bartholomew will serve another term. They both ran unopposed. Reporting live in Grand Isle, I'm Jennifer Crockett, WDSU News.
Jennifer, thank you. We have much more live election coverage coming up. And don't forget, we also have the latest results right now on WDSU.com and on our mobile app.